Well, we make YouTube content, we make music, so we need headphones for live shows, recording, mixing tracks, all that kind of stuff. You need a good, flat pair of headphones that don't color the music. Let's check these out. Just came in the mail. We're going to get them out of the box. See what's going on here. All right, guys, this is the Mackie MC-250. Of course, they say it's great for recording, studio, monitoring, critical listening. The reviews are good. We're going to dig in. See if I can open this with one hand. Nope, it's going to require that I remove a sticker. All right. We have a taco, and he's trying. He's never made that jump before, but he's trying. You guys know I always unbox. And I video the unboxing. I don't video an unboxing. I video the unboxing. So I cut the sticker. Now I'm going to open it up for the first time and we'll see what's happening. Okay, we have a Mackie emblem. What's this? This is just a cardboard thing. Okay. Ooh, we have a Mackie bag, which I will absolutely never use for my headphones. Just saying, it's a wonderful thing that they include that I literally will never, ever use. There's some instructions or something in there. I got to get to them, but I can't do it with one hand. And here are the headphones. So the reviews had, there was a lot of mixture in the reviews. Okay, first of all, people said they sounded great. And they sounded flat, which is important. And let's see, then here there's the cord, and there is an adapter for a 1/4 inch. So that's good. It's a long cord too. I'll have to get into that with two hands and see what. I think the cord has the 3.5 on both ends, but I could be wrong, and I cannot one-hand this freaking thing. I'll open that in a second. We'll do this first. I can decondom the headphones. Yes, I can. There we go. Come on now. Slip the phone off of there. There you go. Good boy. Now I have to try these on my face. I can't do that with one hand. Hang tight. Okay, these things would absolutely fit on a small kid's head. But with them extended on both sides, there's plenty of room for them to go on my ears. They do fit over my ears comfortably, and they don't look retarded. That's good. They do look like they're at the edge of their ability, but they fit my head. And I have a military size 7 5/8 skull. So if you know what your military hat size is, I got a pretty big head. My head's not huge, but it's above average. So they do fit. They're comfortable. They do not have a stupid amount of clamping force on the side of my head. They don't feel like they're going to do any. I'm totally comfortable with these. I'm still wearing the headphones, by the way. So that's literally how comfortable they are. I haven't even taken them off. The cord is a stereo cord, of course. And it has a thing on both ends, and it looks like it has the screw-in deals on it on one end. That's probably the one for my for the headphone end. And oh no, that's actually for the adapter. That's what it is. There's your adapter. It has a threaded deal. The only thing left in there is the gel that's for a snack for later, and there's nothing else in the box. So let's dig a little deeper. I made a couple of discoveries. One, when I pulled that cord out of there and unraveled it, this guy climbed my leg and tried to murder me to get to this cord. The second thing is the plug is down in there. And you notice there's two little ears. So, looking at the cord, this is the other end. This is the end with the threads. Okay, so that's not the one you use. It's a one-sided kind of a deal. But here you go. The other end of the cord has these little ears. See that? So if we plug this in, we have to line these ears up. Then it goes in. Then if you want to, you could be sneaky and turn it 90 degrees and it would keep it from being unplugged. So that's one thing figured out. But as an addendum to that, if you wanted to use a different cord, it would still work. Once you twist that and figure out which way you went, how to go backwards, there you go. It just pulls out. You could absolutely use another style in here without the little ears, and if need be, if you really needed to, this is just plastic right around this, so you could kind of bore that out a little bit to put a big giant thing in there that wouldn't necessarily fit, but there's quite a bit of space around that. So let me see if I can get a little extra light. There you go. So there's quite a bit of space in there, and even if you had to like modify that, there's tons of room to make that mod if you needed to. So that's not an issue. Good stuff. Now in the reviews, people talk about headset breakage in a few of the reviews. Let me cover this for you right now. Okay, this point right here on all kinds of headsets is very likely to be a weak spot. Also at these pins inside here can theoretically be a weak spot, but I'm pretty sure everybody's breakage is happening right here. They get a crack or a break in that area, and that's going to be on any headset. So it's something to consider. Another spot that could be a breaking point but isn't on these headsets is this adjustment area right here. It actually has numbers. That's cool. This is actually a metal pin in here, and it's pretty solidly made. Typically, yeah, it is. So typically this part in here is hollow. That's why this spot is weak. You see that? So that spot inside there is hollow. What I have done in the past on different headsets is filled this with epoxy, this part in here, and that strengthens that whole area. That can sort the problem. Now I'm not saying you should get your headset and fill the thing with epoxy. I'm just saying that it is what I've done in the past to sort out that problem. Even after I had one start cracking or break, I was able to use epoxy to put it back together, and it's still holding today. So to answer the question, will it fit on my big head? That may be something you've wanted to know when you're thinking about buying these. Yes, it will absolutely fit on your big head. My head's pretty big, and I have tons of extra room, and they're not tight clamping. They feel really nice on my head, very comfortable. In the bag, we have this thing, whatever the heck that is. We have a manual, which we're going to take a quick look at it here. Just a quick glance. Tells you about the cord, how it plugs in, very obvious. Shows you the adjustments. Yeah, all that stuff. Tells you about, you know, stuff. And this tells you about stuff between the difference between the 150 and the 250s, yeah. Stuff. And there's more stuff back here. So, there's stuff in there. For those of you that are wondering about the bag, it has this fabric on the inside. This is that kind of rubbery, leathery feeling, rubbery leather stuff on the outside. It has a pull string. It has a logo. The headphones fit inside. So does the manual. It is a bag. So put your manual and your little card in there, and put your extra thingamajigger in there. Put them all in your bag. That way you won't lose the stuff. And then put the bag somewhere where you can lose it instead. Most importantly, when you're done unboxing, remove the snack cake from that and give the box to your local taco for enjoyment. What's up, buddy? It is adolescent kitten sized. All right, I'm doing some listening right now, and I want to communicate what I'm hearing while I'm hearing it, so I'm getting that information in. I'm not going to do a bunch of it and then tell you. First of all, I noticed the bass is a little bit low in the mix, just a little bit, and the highs are a little bit low in the mix. I'm going to listen to some Def Leppard. Very well mixed music. I should be able to hear how it sounds. I can already tell you the highs are still rolled off some. I'm listening right now. Yeah, all I had to hear was "Love Me Like a Bomb, 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 Bomb" at the beginning of "Pour Some Sugar on Me." And I immediately heard the highs rolled off. These definitely roll the highs off. So if you're mixing with these, you're going to probably wind up mixing a little bit. So there's one other area that I need to cover while we're talking about this sound effect that I'm getting. The sound, the flatness. I want to show you what I'm running my headphones through, because that can absolutely change everything. So I have my headphones run through my Yeti. Simply got the Yeti plugged into its USB drive, and the headphones plugged in here. I have the microphone turned all the way down, and I have the headphones turned all the way up. There's no EQing happening here, other than what would be happening in the Yeti. The Yeti itself may be prioritizing mid-range. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a different configuration to test that. All right, guys, so I hooked it up to my computer itself, an output, and it sounded the same. The only difference was it was not nearly as loud as it was when I had it plugged into the Yeti microphone. I think what these headphones will really need to get the best out of them is a nice little amplifier to pull up the power a little bit. I think they just need a little more power, and they'll come around real nice. But having said that, they are very usable as is. I would just suggest, if you're going to be using them for mixing, that you probably want to use a preamp on them, or not a preamp, but an amplifier. And if you're going to be using them for listening, you're going to want an EQ to pull a little smiley face on that thing, at least to brighten up the highs a little bit, because it's probably going to sound a little bit soft on the top end. Now, it could be my old ear holes, because I've been doing loud music for a long time. I really don't think that's the case, but it could be. So your experience may vary on the sound. Do they sound good? Yes. Do they have nice, punchy, crisp bass and good, solid vocals? Yes. Do they play low? Yes. Do they play highs? Yes. My only issue personally is I think the highs are rolled off a little bit around 8,000 hertz and up. But again, that could be my ears. And it could be that it just needs an amplifier. And I'm going to get one and put on here and try it out. See if that fixes things. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I mean, I know it's not conclusive, because some things you just can't convey in a video very well. I think they'll do you well. Even if you have a big head like me, they're going to fit and they're comfortable. They don't make my ears sweat. They didn't give me any issues like that. So your experience may vary, and if you did like the video, the honesty in my videos, this is the way I do everything. Slam that like button, slam that subscribe button, and do the little share thing where you put it on Facebook and send it out to other people that might be looking for headphones. Anyway, guys, peace.